Moreover, the Embassy of Sri Lanka in the Sultanate of Oman is celebrating 40 years of diplomatic relationship with Oman today. And to talk more about details about the strong relationship that the Sri Lanka and Oman shares together, we have His Excellency Amir Ajwa joining us for the show today. Thank you, Your Excellency, for joining us, and congratulations on the 40th anniversary.
Thank you very much, Times of Oman TV, for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you, sir. So can you tell us a little about these 40 years, going strong and celebrating the diplomatic relationship?
Today, Sri Lanka and the Sultanate of Oman commemorate the 40th anniversary of their diplomatic relations. It's indeed a historic day and a milestone in our bilateral relations. As a seafaring nations, Sri Lanka and Oman relations are traced back to mist of history. A visit of an Omani trading vessel to the gold port of Sri Lanka in 9th century AD. This evokes the memories of our cultural and trading exchanges in the past. And Sri Lanka-Oman relations, of course, the diplomatic relations, the people-to-people relations between Sri Lanka and Oman, of course, predates the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries. According to our records, the first Sri Lankan expatriate to arrive in Oman in 1969 was Mr. Felix de Silva, who was appointed as the first Inspector General of Police of Oman, the Royal Omani Police, in 1974. So this is the relationship we have between Sri Lanka and Oman. And Sri Lanka and Oman formally established their diplomatic relations in 1981. Sri Lanka opened its resident mission in Muscat in 1987. And Oman opens its resident mission in Colombo in 2013. So bilateral relations between the two countries continue to thrive by the exchange of high-level visits, signing of MOUs and agreements, and of course, our bilateral cooperation, economic, cultural, educational, and people-to-people contacts and defense cooperation that has been thriving for last more than 4 decades. And an MOU, a landmark MOU, which was signed in 2012 between the Ministries of Foreign Affairs of both countries on the political consultation between the two countries. This serves as a catalyst for the growing bilateral relations in multifaceted areas of cooperation. Sri Lanka and Oman also signed an MOU in the field of labor and training. This provides a platform for a dialogue for enhancement of cooperation in this sector. And also, Sri Lanka and Oman established a parliamentary friendship association. This serves between the Parliament of Sri Lanka and the Shura Council of the Sultanate of Oman. This serves to connect the legislators of the both countries. And also, Sri Lanka and Oman established or signed an agreement on the double taxation, avoidance of double taxation, and the prevention of fiscal evasion. This laid a strong foundation for the stronger private sector partnership and business communities partnership. And also, in addition, Sri Lanka National Chamber of Commerce and the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry have finalized an MOU to be signed in a next couple of 2 weeks to connect. This MOU will connect both private sector or business communities of both countries. So these are landmark developments during the last 40 years of our diplomatic relations between the two countries. And also, I wish to mention, as Sri Lanka and Oman are sharing the Indian Ocean, as these two nations are sharing the Indian Ocean, and also they are strategically located, there's a huge potential and for greater connectivity and deeper economic engagement. So, and also the both countries have now embarked on an economic diversification drive. So the time is ripe for both countries to engage and focus on economic cooperation and partnership in the years ahead. And in this vision of President of Sri Lanka, His Excellency Gotabaya Rajapaksa, vistas of prosperity and splendor, and the Vision 2040 of Oman, engineered by His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq, are the clear roadmaps to achieve another milestone in the years ahead, to forge cooperation and to flourish the bilateral cooperation in the years ahead, to achieve another milestone in the history of our bilateral relations.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and thank you so much for taking us through the journey of the 4 decades of the strong and bilateral relation that you share with Oman, and of course, the 4 decades of anniversary that you're celebrating in the Sultanate today. What exactly are your plans for today? How are you celebrating it?
Of course, we have organized an event this morning at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We are launching a logo to mark this occasion, and also the foreign ministers of the both countries have exchanged greeting messages or felicitation messages, congratulating each other on this milestone and the remarkable achievement in our bilateral relations. And also we have signed an agreement on the mutual exemption of visas for diplomatic officers, service passports, and also other official passports. So we have signed an agreement for the mutual exemption of visas. That's to coincide this event, this historic occasion. So we have done this at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs this morning, and also the embassy is organizing a series of activities throughout the year to mark this occasion, to commemorate this historic occasion between the two countries.
Right. Your Excellency, you just mentioned about the visas. I wanted to congratulate you and the government of Sri Lanka for once again, restarting and reissuing the tourist visas to the people across the globe. And of course, on this occasion, I just feel this is the right time to ask, 10 months, for 10 months, the tourist visas were banned in Sri Lanka. Nobody was allowed to travel. After 10 months, the visas have started being issued. What do you think, and how do you think this is going to take, the tourist sector of Sri Lanka?
Of course, tourism is a main attraction in Sri Lanka. Of course, we have abundance of natural beauty and whatever the tourist attractions. Of course, after, as you rightly mentioned, 10 months. There was a blockade and closure of airports. We couldn't open the airport for international tourists, and we have opened from last January 21st for international tourists, our airport, and then the tourists are arriving in Sri Lanka now. Of course, as you rightly mentioned, Sri Lanka is a popular destination among Oman tourists as well. Especially honeymooners travel to Sri Lanka to spend their honeymoon in Sri Lanka back home. And also, as you are aware, Sri Lanka was ranked number 1 in leisure and travelers generated magazine, the best island in the world, among the best island in the world, number 1. They have ranked Sri Lanka. And also in the Lonely Planet, a popular tour guide has selected Sri Lanka as the best destination in 2019 to travel. So these are international testimonies for Sri Lanka, for those who wish to travel, and also in tourism.
Yes.
Yes.
No, sorry, Your Excellency, please
Yes.
go on.
So then now keeping that magic island closed is not will not be helping people who are already suffering by the pandemic. So we decided to open the country for international tourism to visit, to have relax, and then they do have their good time in tourism.
I'm sure a lot of people, especially in the Sultanate, are looking forward to this visit. You just mentioned about the strong ties and, the ease in terms of getting tourist visas as well. A lot of people would be wanting to know what exactly is the quarantine rule in Sri Lanka in terms of hotels, in terms of PCR tests. Could you please brief us a little on that, Your Excellency?
Of course, now the government has put in place a fantastic mechanism for the tourists who are coming to Sri Lanka. And first of all, they have to register or make a reservation in a hotel. Sri Lanka has designated a number of hotels. Of course, they are called grade level 1 safe and secure hotels. So they can go, because now Sri Lanka has named this reopening as Hello Again. So under this website, you can access all these information. And first of all, you have to make a reservation in the hotel, and then you have to have an insurance policy before you travel, and also a COVID test before you travel. So with all these 3 things, and then you can apply for visa. It's very simple process. You can apply online, and then you will be issued a visa, and then you can catch a flight and arrive in Sri Lanka. And you may note that there's no quarantine for those tourists who are coming to Sri Lanka. And then these 14 years, we have introduced a bio bubble concept. And then for 14 days, they can, as soon as they arrive at the hotel, they will be tested a PCR test. And then after that, they can, if they are negative, they can travel. We have identified 14 destinations for those tourists who are arriving in Sri Lanka. So they can travel, or they can visit those 14 destinations in the country. And after that, they can, after 14 days, they will have to go undergo for a PCR test again. And if they are tested negative, they can mingle with the community. So that is the arrangement we have made. It's a simple arrangement. It's all the details are available in the Hello Again Travel Sri Lanka website.
So, Your Excellency, what I'm understanding is the first 14 days, the individual is expected to spend time at the hotel, and they cannot mingle or go outside the hotel, right?
Not necessarily. They will be taken by the hotel to all those 14 destinations.
Okay.
To visit those destinations, tourist destinations. So they all the list of those destinations are available in the website. So they can visit. They need not to stay in the hotel. They from the
Right.
day they arrive, if they are tested negative, they can visit all those 14 destinations without any problem under the bio bubble concept.
Right, that sounds really nice, Your Excellency, because 14 days, you don't feel like you're actually in quarantine because you're also sightseeing in these 14 days you just mentioned.
Absolutely, that is the whole purpose. Then tourists are coming to enjoy the natural beauties and scenery. So we cannot keep them in the hotel. So the government has put in place a very strict mechanism, and then those 14 places they can freely visit. There will be no other community people will be mingling. So it's exclusively for tourists to visit those places. So by that arrangement, tourists are also safe, and this local community also is safe. So
Absolutely.
it's a easy and good mechanism.
Your Excellency, I just wanted to ask, for booking of the hotels, are there any designated hotels that tourists should be booking or looking into, or it could be any hotels and the same procedure will be followed?
No, there is that's what as I mentioned earlier, the level 1 safe and secure hotels. Government has designated a number of hotels. The list of hotels are in the website, Hello Again website. So they can reserve in any of those hotels. They are free to reserve in those hotels, and then the hotels will take care of them on their arrival at their hotels, at their facilities.
And the cost of these hotels, Your Excellency, and the PCR tests and other, some rules that would be in place during the time for 14 days, are these costs provided on subsidized rates, or, are they taken care by the government or the hotel itself?
Yeah, there are promotions, I think, but the tourists themselves, they have to bear the cost and all this. But I think it's not that. It is also all standard costs, and then it's all the information is available in the website, and also they can access the hotel, and then they can negotiate with the hotel. So that's up to the tourists and the hotel. So, but the government has designated a number of hotels for the purpose of this, for the staying for the international tourist exclusively. So they can choose their own hotels, and they have to pay for $12, I think, for the 1 month insurance. So that they have to bear that cost as well, and also the pre-departure 96 hours pre-departure PCR.
Right. So as you may know, Your Excellency, that the Supreme Committee in the Sultanate has actually asked the citizens and residents in Oman to avoid traveling outside their country unless absolutely necessary. Once this decision is lifted, which month and where exactly would you suggest or recommend people to visit in Sri Lanka?
Of course, Sri Lanka has a large number of places of tourist attractions. We have 6 UNESCO identified cultural sites. So and also we have you should not miss exotic beaches and the hill country, and also our national parks and safaris and elephant orphanages and whatnot. And then if you name it, you have it in Sri Lanka. That's a magic island. So you can choose whatever according to your interest. And also as you ask about the right timing, of course. For the south and the hill country, the season, of course, from December to I think in April, that is the season from the south and in the hill country. And also for the east coast, of course, they can go from the May to October. So these are the high seasons in 2 seasons in the country. So it depends on how Sri Lanka has a moderate climate. So then you can choose whatever the places you can, and also even throughout the year you can plan your destination of tourism in Sri Lanka. And also I wish to add, and now from Oman, now the Oman AI has scheduled flights every week. And also now the Salam Air has started their operation. Now they have operated one flight, and again another flight is ready to go. So now these two flights are available in Oman. So whoever the tourists who are interested to travel, they can catch these two flights. But as you rightly mentioned, the COVID committee has instructed, is given guidelines to the people in Oman to avoid travel abroad, so that they have to comply with it. And also, when the situation and the conditions are better, they can travel to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is open for tourism.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, once again for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me, and as always, I thank you very much for the Times of Oman TV. And I also wish to take this opportunity to extend my tribute to all the Sri Lankan and also non-Sri Lankans who had contributed, who had extended their valuable contribution to the promotion of the bilateral relations between Sri Lanka and the Sultanate of Oman. I paid special tribute to them for their contribution. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, and once again, congratulations on the 40th anniversary. It's time for a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates coming your way from International Desk.